How we doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? Hopefully enjoying maybe a little Monday night football. Getting ready for the big cold snap, right? I think I heard that it's going to be cold across the whole country by the weekend, like colder than normal. What's up with all this weird weather? Anyway, okay, so I have to admit, I didn't think this game tonight was going to be all that interesting. That's right up until the point where I saw 30-whatever-year-old Adrian Peterson bust off a 90-yard touchdown. So then I'm like, hey, maybe this game's not so uninteresting after all. So tonight we've got a couple of things to open. Before we start on that, however, there is some information that I like to go over. We've got that up right now. What you're looking at here is a break that I'm selling directly by way of chat and messages, which means this, basically. If you want in, you hit me up here in chat and let me know, or you can send me a message to leaderofthepackbreaks@gmail.com. It is a random team break. It's for 4 boxes, which is a half case of 2017 Bowman Chrome mini sets. This is break number 2. We just completed a break of this a couple of days ago. It's a lot of fun. It's the mini refractor parallels that are the draw for this break. There are 120 of those in total. And then, of course, our 4 sealed complete regular mini sets will be awarded by way of random. It's $40 a spot. Each spot gets 2 teams. It's all in, shipping costs included. We'll break it when we fill it. Pull nothing, get nothing on this break. No consolation cards go out for it. Like any break, no return, no refund item. And if you want in, let me know. And if you want to know what it's all about, there's a video up with the break we just did yesterday. Did we just do that yesterday? Maybe. I don't know. All right, so moving on to what we need to see for tonight. Little note there about feedback because it comes up a surprising amount of the time. So I just incorporated it into the break info a while back. And it is this: if you leave positive feedback for me, you are going to instantly get positive feedback in return because I have mine automated. And that way you don't ever have to wait to get your positive feedback. And of course, the second message there, and the most important thing, is to say thank you. I do appreciate you spending part of your evening with me, stopping by to bid with me or break with me, hang out and chat, whatever brings you here. I'm glad to have you. Taking a look right now at breaks that are listed on eBay. So the last thing we looked at, the direct break, sold outside of eBay. This stuff is already on eBay, so this will end the way you would expect it to. So tomorrow night, it is a half case of 2015 Black Gold football and a full 10-box case of Absolute basketball. On Wednesday night, we're opening 6 boxes of Inception baseball, 6 boxes of Bowman Chrome HTA/Jumbo, and a 12-box case of Obsidian football, which is a new product. And somebody sent me a message today and said, I know Obsidian's probably not high-end, but what do you think about it? You know what, guys? Obsidian actually is pretty high-end, okay? It's almost as much as Immaculate. It's clocking in at about $1,700 a case. So it is not an inexpensive product, and it should be a high-end product with high-end hits. For those of you who might not be familiar, there is more information about that on the sell sheet in the listing. So that comes out Wednesday, and of course we'll start breaking it Wednesday night. Thursday night we'll break, excuse me, a 4th full case of Prism basketball. On Friday, that's the day Dynasty baseball comes out. Sorry, guys. We'll break a case of Dynasty baseball and another case of Obsidian football. Saturday, we'll break a case of Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets. The back part of the 2015 Black Gold that we start tomorrow night will finish Saturday. And then the Flawless Collegiate that we're going to start tonight, we'll finish the back half of that on Saturday as well. So that's what the days ahead look like for tonight. Here's something interesting that the mailman told me today that I did not know. There is no mail service on Wednesday. There's no pickup. There's no delivery. Counter closed, the whole deal. Apparently, every time a president dies, they have Presidential Mourning Day, a day of presidential mourning, where all federal offices shut down, and that includes the post office. So, yeah, did not know that until today, but there you go. No mail Wednesday. So we have 2 breaks. Free shipping break, which is Flawless Collegiate. The free shipping stuff, guys, I always project out the door 6 or 7 days after an auction ends. So I'm projecting this out the door no later than Monday, the 10th of December. In all likelihood, it's going to get out much faster than that. Immaculate Football, that's our paid shipping break tonight. It should be out the door no later than Friday, although once again, probably faster. Consolation cards. If you're in a break tonight and your team is not pulled, you don't hit anything at all, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year in any series, and I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. If you're in the paid shipping break, which is Immaculate, and you get skunked in there, your consolation cards will ship out with the rest of the break. If you happen to pull nothing in Flawless Collegiate, typically, because that is a free shipping break, normally I'm just going to hold on to your consolation cards until the next time you have a package shipping, and then I will send you any that you are due at that time. If you do not want to wait and you're in that free shipping break and you would like it right away, you only have to send me a message on eBay telling me that, and I will gladly get it right on the way to you, okay? So first up tonight, 2018-19 Flawless Collegiate Basketball. This is a half case break. It is break number 3. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Monday night, the 3rd of December. And of course, our team names are on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from it on the right. And we'll scroll down through here so you guys all get a chance to see your name in lights up there if you're in this break. And if you happen to be in the next break, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there shortly, because we'll put that spreadsheet back up there again before we start Immaculate. And finally, the last little piece of business before we rip into things here. I don't use autofocus. I am manually setting the focus. That is why your background looks a tad bit out of focus. So this is a brand new case of Flawless Collegiate. So you know what that means. We're going to take both boxes out, and I'm going to number each of them and then use random.org to make a determination as to which one we open tonight versus which suitcase will be held back to be opened in our next break, which will be Saturday night is our next break of this product. So this is a pretty easy little circumstance, but that way we keep it all nice and above board, and everybody knows how we decide how something's going to be opened and that sort of thing. So most of the time when we're starting a new case and not opening the whole case at once, most of the time this is what we do. So I'm going to randomize 3 times. Third one will tell us the answer. So ignore the first one. You can ignore the second one. I didn't even get the second one to go through. There we go. Here comes our third and final. So there's 3 times. Date and time stamp. It tells us we are opening suitcase number 1 tonight, which means that number 2 is going to hang back and be opened up on Saturday night in that break. Hey, Scott. Hey, Gina. Hi, Griffin. I know, Jay Allen, you were there by yourself for a while, weren't you? You were just like, you were the only one hanging out in chat for a minute. Oh, I had a feeling. I did, guys. Before I got into this tonight, I had a feeling. I thought, you know what? I think we're going to hit one of the collegiate-specific briefcases tonight, meaning all the players in it graduated from one particular college. I just kind of had that thought in my head, and sure enough, look who we've got. UCLA. So everybody in this briefcase will have gone to school at UCLA. Now, here's what you need to know. Everybody's going to be in their collegiate uniforms, of course. So here's what that means to you. If they are a current player, they're going to go to the team that they're with currently. If they are a retired player, they're going to go to the team they played for the longest. Now, you all can imagine who all went to UCLA, right? So there's a pretty good chance that we're going to pull some really cool stuff out of here. Yeah, UCLA and Duke and Kentucky might be the only ones that have college-specific cases. I can't remember if there's another one or not that does, but definitely Duke and UK and UCLA do. So we are starting off here with Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo is numbered to 10, and you know what? I forget. Why does my focus look like that? I need to adjust this a little bit, don't I? Hang on, so we can look at this a little bit closer. Lonzo, of course, is headed to the Lakers and graduated from UCLA. Next up is Aaron Holiday to 10. I think Aaron Holiday is a Pacer, right? I have to double check on Aaron Holiday, but I think he's a Pacer. I honestly may have to check on a few of these. Here is Gail Goodrich. Gail Goodrich is to 10. I'll double check it. Most of these I'm probably just going to check to make sure I'm not messing them up. TJ Leaf to 10. I believe TJ is also a Pacer, unless he got traded around or something like that. Then we have Kevin Love. Kevin Love, of course, is a Cleveland Cavalier. And is Kevin not numbered? No, there he is. He's numbered to 10 down there on the bottom. Oh, Joe, none of your teams have somebody that went to UCLA. Is that the deal? Yeah, I mean, these college-specific cases don't come out very often, but they sure do come out from time to time. This is Bill Walton. It is numbered to 10. I think Bill Walton could go a couple of different ways too. So I'm just basically going to double check all these for the most part. There's Jamal Wilkes. That one is numbered to 10. Behind this, Reggie Miller, Pacers. Nice Reggie Miller right there to 10. That's really nice. Then we have Russell Westbrook. I forgot Russell Westbrook went to UCLA. That is numbered to 10. Of course, Westbrook is the Thunder, and that's our little diamond chip. And you know what we didn't get in there? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's our card that says these aren't blood diamonds? There it is. I was like, it really doesn't say anything other than, guess what? It's authentic and it's, not a blood diamond and blah, blah, blah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, numbered to 10. And then behind that, oh my gosh, it is another Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, numbered to 10 with the diamond chip. So one autographed, one diamond chip. And that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So, you know what I'm getting ready to do right now? I'm going to verify a whole big bunch of this stuff, kids. So please hold tight for a minute. Most of these, I'm pretty sure I know where they're going, but I do not want to quote you incorrectly, especially on some of these retired guys that are going, link the service team they played for the longest and that sort of thing. And, sometimes I'm guilty of having something in my head and I just think it's a certain team and I might not be considering something. So that's why I just want to check. So Bill Walton is who I'm looking up right now. And it looks like he's got 4 seasons for the Portland Trail Blazers, which is where I would have thought that Bill Walton went. But I think he's got some equal length of service here. So bear with me, please. I'm trying right now to get the NBA website to load this up for me, and it's not really wanting to help me out very much here. So this may actually take us a while. I was going to say normally Flawless is a pretty quick break, but then tonight, of course, naturally, anytime I think something's going to be fast, it's the kiss of death. So Portland Trail Blazers were 4 years, and then looks like he was also a Clipper for 4 years. So that means we're going to be between those two, between the Clippers and the Blazers on the Bill Walton. So we're going to have to go to random. Must not be the right. I thought I had must not be the right size. Let's try this again. All right, that way I can write on the back of it. So Bill Walton is who we're going to be dealing with first. And coming up, according to the reference site here, the Portland Trail Blazers 4 seasons. And then also we've got 4 seasons with the Clippers. So let's head over to random and let's try to get that done first. And I'm sorry, guys, this is going to take a little bit longer than I had planned on, but I don't see any way around it because I want to make sure these are going to the right place. So we're going to type in Blazers And then Clippers. And see, he's one that I would have just thought off the top of my head. Blazers. I didn't even realize he had 4 years with the Clippers as well. All right, so we're going to randomize 3 times. First 2 do not count. It is the third and final random that will make the determination of here. Okay, so you ready, guys? Here we go. There is the first one you can ignore. The second one you can ignore. Here's the third and final. And you'll see 3 times that came up to the Clippers. So that is this Bill Walton going to the Clippers by way of random. So that's 1 out of the way. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry that some of you, I know, are unhappy with the way this case turned out, and I am sorry about that. I mean, I don't have any control when they give the college-specific cases, but we just have to roll with what we have. Kevin Love, of course, he's a current player. He's with the Cavs. We can go ahead and set him aside. Reggie Miller is a Pacer. I believe we can go ahead and set him aside. Even though he is retired, he is a Pacer. We know that Lonzo Ball is definitely a Laker, so we don't have to worry about Mr. Lonzo Ball. TJ Leaf, I believe, is also a Pacer, but I will double check TJ Leaf right now and make sure nothing weird happened, like he didn't get traded or something in the off season that I don't remember, but I don't think that he did. I think that that's where I'm going to find him. So let's get that brought up here, if I can get it to load. Why does nothing want to, nobody wants to cooperate with me today? Yes, that's right. He's Pacer. All right, we're going next to Jamal Wilkes to verify length of service for Jamal here. And I know this takes a while, and I'm sorry, guys, but I used to always do this after the fact, not during the live stream. And then some people got really bent out of shape about that, so I just kind of changed it up, and now we take the time to do it. So he is, in fact, a Laker. I wanted to make sure. I knew he had played for the Warriors as well, but he is length of service here to the Lakers for sure. So we can go ahead and plan on him being a Laker and get that out of the way. We'll look up Gail Goodrich, same as, guys. It's going to be length of service. And for all of you who are probably furiously typing into chat right now, be aware that I can't see anything that you're typing while I am in here looking this stuff up. The iPad is what I use for chat. That's also what I use to do the break. So, to look this up, I mean. So, once again, this is going to be Lakers. He did play some other seasons in other places, but he was length of service 9 seasons to the Lakers. I apparently just have the wrong pack of holders set up here for some reason. Let me just get this other pack open. I think I put some in the wrong, that have the wrong number on them, and that's why things are not going the way they should. All right, so there's Lakers again, who are kind of cleaning up. We kind of knew they would when we saw UCLA. And Aaron Holiday comes up next. I think Aaron Holiday is a Pacer. He's a current player, of course, but I'm going to double check him and make sure that I'm on the right track there. Aaron Holiday is a Pacer, so kind of what we expected for him, current player. And then, of course, we know Russell Westbrook, current player for the Thunder. And that leaves us with our Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. And I think we can agree where those are going to go. But for the sake of argument, I'm already in here looking everything up. We may as well just look up Kareem as well, since we happen to be sitting in here pulling it all up anyway. And, of course, yeah, exactly what we thought, the Los Angeles Lakers. So the Lakers and the Pacers are really kind of cleaned up, although we did have the one that went to the Clippers and one that went to the Thunder as well. But for the most part, and the Cavaliers had one, but this was mostly a Laker Pacer kind of break with that UCLA briefcase in there. So sorry, guys. I mean, again, I know some of you really don't like that, and I can't say that I blame you, but I don't have any control over how those are going to come out. And that was very skewed. I mean, had they given us, say, for instance, even a UK or a Duke one would have probably had more team variation than UCLA. I think UCLA probably has the least team variation of any of it. All right, for some reason, all my chat went away when I came back to YouTube, so I got to try to get back in here and get that squared up. In the meanwhile, we're taking a look again here at what you need to know in regard to shipping. So you can see there the dates that I have listed. Those are the latest that I would expect something to get out the door. It's probably going to go sooner in most all those cases, but it could possibly be at that late, but it shouldn't be any later than that. And once again, please remember, no mail Monday or Wednesday, as my carrier told me today, a day of mourning for the president, and all federal offices will be closed on Wednesday, apparently. All right, so now chat is starting to load back up, so I'll catch this. I'll catch up on that in a minute, guys. So this is 6 boxes of 18 Immaculate Football coming up. It is a full case break. It's break number 5. And of course, it also ended tonight, the 3rd of December. Our team names on the left, our winning bidders there across from it on the right-hand side. And, you know, I would guess then that our second suitcase, well, there's no way they're going to have 2 collegiate suitcases in the same case. So at least I think we can safely assume that when we do the back half of this case, maybe we don't have anything to worry about. But anyway, okay, so let's see here. All right, so Jay Allen, you said you saw a specialty case in football for Oklahoma. Scott, you have the Pacers. Now, see, Scott, you said the other night that you never, ever hit here. See, you just didn't hang around long enough, did you? And Floyd, I don't know why they do those. I mean, it can be fun when they have a little more variety to them, but the one from UCLA, I mean, that was a tough one, you know. And guys, Floyd was saying it's the team he played for last. Scott was saying it was the team he played for first. Both of those things are wrong, guys. It is neither of those. It was, as I announced right there before we started doing it, on a retired player, it is a length of service. So it is where they played the longest, the most seasons. And I know a lot of you have been breaking with me for a long time, and we don't have to pull that rule out too often. But if you ever do feel like referencing that or any of those other kind of things, similar things, you can find all of that in the listing description. If you scroll down there to the bottom, there is an area called Special Circumstances, and in that Special Circumstances area, it describes how we do pretty much everything. Almost any circumstance that you can imagine has been encountered somewhere along the way over the years and would be spelled out in there as to how it is handled. So that's how that worked out for you guys. Jay Allen, you said Scott outbid you on the Pacers, and now you're feeling, yeah, I know, right? Like the Pacers and the Lakers definitely certainly had quite a few in that break. Joshua says he's just glad he didn't get his team. Gina, I know. Gina was so happy to be in a flawless break, and then she gets nailed with a team that didn't have anybody that went to UCLA. I know, man. I know. I'm sorry. Guys, I know that's a pain in the butt, but I wish that I could, I wish I had some control over what comes out of this stuff, but unfortunately I do not. Floyd, I know, I'm sorry. Floyd's saying he spent a bunch of money and he didn't get anything. And I can, Floyd, do you want me to go ahead and send you I can send you some consolation cards out if you would like. If you don't want to wait on them, just drop me a message on eBay and let me know, and I can get those out to you, and you don't have to wait. And that way you can get something coming up by way of having something to look forward to anyway, I guess. All right, so yeah, Joe, I mean, again, that's a thing Panini just does. I mean, they announce it in those collegiate things. It's a known thing that they do with Collegiate Flawless, both basketball and football, that they have certain briefcases that come out for one school and one school only. I mean, that's the first one we have found in maybe ever in basketball, so it's not like they come out very frequently, but they definitely do come out some. But, you know, again, I'm sorry, man, it's just not anything that we can do anything about, other than I guess you could probably, you know, you can certainly voice your displeasure to Panini, because they would be the ones who would, of course, be able to affect some change there. So might be worth a go to let them know on Twitter and or Facebook as to how you feel, perhaps. Well, Scott, I thought you said you had the Pacers. You said something went to random, but I thought, I mean, if you have the Pacers, you got a ton of stuff in there, including a Reggie Miller. So I'm not sure what you're saying that you were cursed about there, Scott. You had a bunch of hits in there with the Pacers. So I'm confused as to what's going on there, but anyway. All right, guys, so we are moving onward here to Immaculate Football. Rob is here, too. Hi, Rob. And I did get you a decent Eagles card, huh? Did we get you? You got the Carson Wentz, right? I think. Maybe. For the Carson Wentz, I think it was a redemption that came your way, if I remember correctly. Man, I got boxes falling over. That one box of black gold, that thing must really want to be broken. That thing will not stay upright. Keeps falling over like every night. So first out, we have numbered to 99, a little Gronk for the Patriots. There's always one base card in each of these. Everything else that we see in Immaculate here should be hits, okay? LaShawn McCoy to 49 for the Buffalo Bills. Behind that, we have Bradley Chubb, and that looks too thick, really, to go in there. So I'm going to go to a plan B for that. If you will indulge me here for a second. I want to find something that keeps it safe until I get it where it's going next, but I think that's the sleeves that I have out on the table are not the right sleeves for it. So we're going to do it like this for the moment, and that is numbered to 5 coming out for the Broncos. And, of course, our last case of Immaculate had an absurd number of Broncos in it. So we'll find out if that happens again tonight. Jarrell Casey and the Tennessee Titans numbered to 99. We have a redemption. We're going to leave it face down. We'll flip it at the end of the break and find out what's happening there with it. Rashad Penny comes out, numbered to 99 for the Seahawks. Yeah, I mean, Gina, you're saying you saw a football one for Texas that had a nice mix. Again, it just depends on the school. You know, had that been Duke, their players are spread pretty well throughout the NBA. Had that been Kentucky, their players are spread pretty well throughout the NBA. Had it been, you know, Alabama and football, they're spread pretty well also. It just so happens that UCLA, I mean, that's just how it broke out, guys. I mean, again, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Numbered to 99, we have Foreman for the Texans. Then we have Cole Beasley and Michael Gallup to 49 for the Dallas Cowboys. Then, Griffin, you're out of here? All right, Griffin. Well, we'll catch you the next time then. This is the Oakland Raiders. It's numbered to 5. You have Derek Carr, Marshawn Lynch, Amari Cooper, and Khalil Mack. Of course, half the players on that card are no longer with the Raiders. However, if you have the Raiders, that's still a pretty nice hit. 3 of your 4 patches are 2 color. It's numbered to 5. It's all the way around. A handsome looking card there for the Raiders. Gilbert Brown comes out for the Green Bay Packers to 99. Of course, they fired their head coach this weekend after that horrific loss to the Cardinals. Mike McCarthy, 13 seasons, bringing them a Super Bowl and everything else. Boom, gone. Giants, Harry Carson to 99. That is a throwback Barely got a second color in there on your patch. A little tiny stripe of red down there at the bottom to keep you in the dual color category. Here comes Josh Rosen for the Cardinals. Speaking of the guy who basically got Mike McCarthy fired, that's numbered to 99. It was like the last straw, right? For the Packers. They're like, oh my gosh, we lost to the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, you're fired. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Our base card here is numbered to 99. That is Foreman as well for the Texans. That's who we saw in the last box. We got another look at him there. Numbered to 50, we have Falcons and Rams on this card, Gurley and Ito Smith. So that one's going to have to sit over here in our housekeeping area as well because we've got two different teams on it. We'll have to check out and see where that ends up going. That's a really nice patch for the Buffalo Bills. Zay Jones to 25. Don't see a lot of Bills patches that give you the whole red, white, and blue gamut. So that is actually pretty darn cool for, well, what do we got going on right there for the Buffalo Bills and Zay Jones to 25. All right, we have, what is this, numbered to what? 15 for the Patriots, and that's kind of a little bit of a boring patch, but at least it is Sony Michel. It's to 15. They could have maybe been a little more generous and given us another color, but they didn't. They gave us just the one. For the Rams, it is Jack Youngblood. I think we pulled one of his autograph helmets this week, didn't we? Win the mini helmet, Jack Youngblood? Might have been somebody else, but anyway. It is numbered to 99 for the Rams. The Saints to 99, Traquan Smith. You've got three nice relics there. A couple of patches and a piece of the football. Jay Allen, you said you're still looking for a 1 of 1, and Scott, you're still looking for a 1 of 1 too, huh? Dale, you said it was Aaron Rodgers that got him fired. You know what? That's probably kind of the truth. I think he and Aaron had been butting heads a bit, and it was going to come down to one or the other, and they're going to take the quarterback. Yeah. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos to 99. So I think largely you're correct. It was primarily that. I mean, they hadn't been playing well, and there was a lot of, I think, kind of internal back and forth finger pointing type stuff. And at the end of the day, if he hadn't gotten embarrassed by the Cardinals, he probably stays through the end of the year and gets replaced at the end of the season, which is kind of what you would expect from a guy who won a Super Bowl for you and is taking you to the playoffs and has, coached for you for 13 years. But because he couldn't swing that, and he got the axe right away. Well, good grief. Here's Foreman again. This one at least is numbered to 5, but 3 of our 4 base cards have been Foreman for the Texans. So if you got the Texans, I sure hope you like Foreman, because apparently he's quite prevalent in this particular case. Numbered to 49, another hit for the Broncos. It is Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Capo, you said you'd settle for 2 of 2. Yeah, well, we'll see what else we can find for you in here. That's James Conner to 25 for my Pittsburgh Steelers with a nice looking patch. Looks like probably off, maybe off the shoulder or something of the uni. Of course, he got hurt Sunday, but they're saying it's kind of just a bad bruise or a bone bruise or something. So hopefully he's not going to be out too long. In the meantime, I think they may hand the duties off to Jalen Samuels. Jamon Moore and the Green Bay Packers. That is numbered to 99. It is hard to open any 2018 football without finding Jamon Moore. Kyle Lauletta comes out for the Giants. That is numbered to 35. Well, I mean, Dale says maybe Ben can get Tomlin fired. Well, you know what? I don't think Mike Tomlin needs to be fired, but I do think he needs to clean some things up in the way that he does things. But Mike Tomlin as a whole is a good X's and O's kind of coach, but he's maybe a little too lax with the guys sometimes. That's the only thing I would think about him. If you have the Browns, that makes you happy. There's Baker Mayfield to 99. And that's a nice patch, but like, do you see that? Like, what is that right there? That piece of white is like a piece of paper or something, and it's, well, let's see. I don't think it's attached. Oh, it is. It's glued there. It's a little white piece of paper that's glued into your patch. I suspect it's part of the card itself, right? And it's stuck there on your patch. And I'm not going to mess with it. I just want to know if it was stuck there or if it would flake off, and it's stuck there. So you can probably get some tweezers or something and extract that little piece from the patch when you get it and it's in your hands, but I'm not going to be the one to try it. So we'll leave that one going the way that it is. And now we have Aaron Rodgers, a different base card at least, but speak of the devil, to 99 for the Green Bay Packers. Oh, Dale, you know what? Lots of teams could probably use Kareem Hunt, but it would be really disappointing if any of them picked him up right now. In fact, they didn't. They let him clear waivers. He's now an unrestricted free agent. And if this goes the way that Ray Rice went, he'll never play another down of NFL football, but we'll see. That is Jordan Reed to 49 in the Redskins. But there also, you know, there has to be a point where you put integrity and things like that ahead of the sport, too. So there's a lot of things to consider with Kareem Hunt. This is the Jets and Sam Darnold. That is numbered to 25. You have his relic, of course, from the collegiate uniform and his relic from the Jets NFL uniform. Mark Walton, who makes an appearance in every single case of Immaculate, joins us again tonight. He is numbered to 25. And apparently, Mark Walton just didn't have anything better to do and signed about 400,000 Immaculate cards, because I think he's literally been in every case we've had. Hey, there's Earl Thomas. That's cool. That is, of course, for the Seahawks. It is numbered to 99. You've got a nice big relic and then your hard-signed autograph there. Gina says Tomlin's good until he plays the Patriots. You know what? That's a mental thing at this point, not just on Mike Tomlin, on the players, on everybody. They've got a mental block about that team at this point, I think. It says Dante Pettis to 99 for the 49ers, who just got waxed, man. That is numbered to 99. Once Jimmy G went down, I mean, you knew they were going to kind of have a hard way to go, and then they get the kid in off the practice squad, and he had those good couple of games, and then he kind of came back down to earth, and things are not flying too high right now for the 49ers. Capo says the white on the Baker Mayfield patch was a piece of Kleenex. Maybe Baker was sick when he was signing it. Yeah, I'm thinking it's more likely to be a little piece of something they were shaving off to get that patch in there that got stuck in it. But I would imagine that they can get that out of there. Yeah, Dale, I'm not at all sure that it's going to be just a few game suspension. I'm not at all sure of that. Jermaine Kersey for the Jets. That is numbered to 99. And I think if anybody else thought that, then some team would have claimed him off of waivers. I mean, you know, the Redskins picked up Reuben Foster, who's had, 2 domestic violence charges, had a positive drug test at the Combine, got kicked out of the Combine for fighting with the doctors. I mean, lengthy history. Redskins signed him, but guess what? They didn't touch Kareem Hunt. Tyler Eifert and the Bengals. That is numbered to 49. Next up is Clinton Portis and Darius Geis, numbered to 49. Speaking of the Redskins. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. I see something that looks like it's going to be really cool. It is also a Redskin, because we seem to be on a Redskin roll right now. It's Darius Geis. Of course, he's missed his rookie year out with an ACL tear, but look at that. Oh, that is sweet, right? That is the NFL shield off of his cap. And of course it's a 1 of 1. You can see that handsome little 1 of 1 writing down there in the corner if I can get the camera angle right so the glare gets off of it. So an NFL shield, one of my favorite things to pull, but in a new format from a cap patch. Pretty sweet if you got the Redskins. Deshaun Hamilton to 99 for the Broncos. Kerryon Johnson made the Lions sweat it out here until next to last card out of the box, and that is also numbered to 99. Our last card out is Christian Kirk, also to 99 for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, keep in mind, though, we do still have a redemption that we're going to check out, so someone still got a hit coming. And then we've got this little handsome card over here with 2 teams on it that we will be awarding using random here in a moment. Unless, of course, the same player happens to have both teams. Then they would just take it outright. Yeah, Gina, Colt McCoy absolutely did fracture his leg. At first, I thought it was just his ankle. Of course, you know, he played actually for another couple of series after it happened. And then just said he couldn't go back in. So they had to put Mark Sanchez in. And then later they came out and announced, I guess right after halftime or thereabouts, that the result of the x-rays were that he had fractured his leg. So Colt McCoy out for the year with the Redskins. And ironically, Alex Smith also broke his leg and is out for the year up there. So Redskins having a hard go of it. Immaculate Trios autographs. It is Barry Sanders, Brett Favre, and Randy Moss. Are you kidding me? Wow. So Barry Sanders, of course, is a Lion. Brett Favre is a Packer. Randy Moss, he played for several different teams. So I'll have to see what he looks like on the checklist, which is where we're going to go right now. We'll see what team they have him assigned to on the Panini checklist. Because I always think of Randy Moss as a Patriot, but he played for a bunch of different teams. So we'll see what our Panini checklist might tell us. But that's going to be a really nice card, I suspect. Probably very low numbered and pretty sweet little deal, as a matter of fact. All right, what did I say our card set was on that again? It was Immaculate Trios autographs. That's what we need to find. Immaculate Trios. Come on down here, Trios. And it's going to be card number 2. So there we go. Barry Sanders for the Lions, Favre for the Packers, and Randy Moss as a Viking. Yeah, see, he really probably most of the time is going to come up as a Viking. I don't know why I always think of him as a Patriot, but anyway. And it's numbered to 10, no less. So we've got Lions and the Packers and the Vikings on here, which means, well, you know what it means. It means that we're going to have to go to random with that bad boy too, unless someone owns 51% or more. So in that case, if you were trying to own 51% or more, you would have to own 2 of the 3 teams. So let's roll over here and find that out first. So we've got the Lions on here, and that is Shlomi, or that's how I'm going to say it. Then we have Ranger Bass Rat 8 for the Packers. And then the Minnesota Vikings, that's Crazy Legs 2015. So that means we are going to head to random for that particular card, which, you know what, is just like I always hate when a card is so nice, you hate for anybody to not get it. Of course, we know only one person can end up taking it home, which means 2 people will not be happy. 1 person will be happy. But we're going to enter it if left to right. And, of course, first listed was Barry Sanders. The Brett Favre was listed second. The Randy Moss was listed third. So I'm going to be typing it in as Lions, then Packers, then Vikings. I will hit random 3 different times, and the third one will make the decision. So the first 2 times that I hit random, they're really not important. They don't tell us anything. So you can ignore those first 2, okay? So good luck to these 3 teams, and here we go. So ignore the first one, Ignore the second one. Here's our third and final. There you will see 3 times our date and time stamp. It ends up going to the Vikings, to the Randy Moss bidding position. And the Vikings on this one. All right, so this is this little redemption right here awarded to the Vikings using random.org. Next up, we've got this handsome card, numbered to 50. We've got Rams and Falcons in play right there. So we're kind of going to just rinse and repeat what we just did, but with that card. So Cody Cuddles has the Rams, and then our Falcons, that is Big Stalkers 13. So once again, we find ourselves letting our dear friend Random decide, or maybe dear foe, I guess, depending on how you look at it. Sometimes Random is your friend, sometimes Random is your foe. So it'll be a friend for one of these two. So Rams were on the left side of the card. They are typed in first. Falcons on the right, typed in second. And one more time, we'll be randomizing 3 times. Only the third and final counts. So disregard the first. Pay no attention to the second one. Third and final coming up. And there it is. 3 times. Date and time stamp headed to the Falcons. So the Atlanta Falcons are walking away with this card. Compliments of random.org. And of course, just showing you the circle was on the sleeve, not on your card. So to recap, this duel going to the Vikings, compliments of Random. This incredibly nice triple here going to the Vikings. And that really, honestly, that's a really sweet card. And when you get that, like, I can't wait to see what that looks like in person. I think that's gonna be pretty good. Scott, you said you're happy with the Reggie Miller. Yeah, the Reggie Miller was a nice one there. That was definitely a good one to hit. So then we had the Deshaun Hamilton numbered to 99. And this is numbered to 25, and it is Sam Darnold, the Jets. The Giants numbered to 35 with Kyle Lauletta. The Green Bay Packers, that is Jamon Moore. He's numbered at the top. I'm trying to turn it sideways for no apparent reason. That is numbered to 99. Traquan Smith to 99 for the Saints. Then we have for the Rams a little Jack Youngblood to 99. Sony Michel made an appearance here for the Patriots. That is numbered to 15. Even though the patch is kind of boring, it's low numbered. Zay Jones and the Buffalo Bills to 25. Jordan Reed to 49 for the Redskins. Baker Mayfield to 99. And once again, guys, that white piece of something is kind of stuck to your patch. And I think when you get it, you can probably extract that white piece of something without a whole lot of problem. But I am not going to attempt to do that for obvious reasons. So it's going to come to you just like it came out of the pack, with the white piece of something embedded in your patch. Then we had James Conner to 25 for the Steelers. Oh, did I not call out your teams tonight, Jay Allen? I'm sorry, man. I got behind on chat, looking up all that stuff from the immaculate or the flawless break, and I guess I didn't get caught up far enough to get them read out. I'm sorry about that, brother. That is numbered to 99, Josh Rosen and the Cardinals. This is the Titans numbered to 99 with Jarrell Casey. Then the Buffalo Bills have a LaShawn McCoy to 49. Dale, you said the Vikings always win random. I haven't noticed that pattern. I definitely haven't noticed that pattern, but I'll take your word for it. That is numbered to 5. It's Bradley Chubb and the Broncos. That's probably, part of a shoe, maybe? Or a glove, some kind of unusual relic there anyway. Then we have the Denver Broncos again. That is Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Yeah, Jay Allen, there are definitely some people that roll dice, and, some breakers prefer using dice. Frankly, as far as I'm concerned, you can do all kinds of things to manipulate dice if you wanted to. They could be weighted. Nobody would ever know the difference. I mean, I personally wouldn't think that that is nearly as trustworthy as using random.org, which is a completely independent source that is not maintained by anyone who uses it. That is numbered to 99, Bradley Chubb and the Broncos. But for sure, there are breakers who, use dice. That is numbered to 99. It is Carson for the Giants. Then we have Gilbert Brown and the Packers to 99. For the Raiders, numbered to 5. You've got 4 patches there. Half your players are no longer on the Raiders, but hey, they were for that anyway. Cole Beasley and Michael Gallup. That is numbered to 49 for the Cowboys. Then we have Rashad Penny and the Seahawks to 99. So yeah, guys, I mean, I know, I hear you. You guys are saying you prefer, dice. A couple of you do, and I understand that, but that's not anything I'm going to do. I like it to be completely independent and random. I don't like it to be something that, could be manipulated, and I think dice can be. That is a 1 of 1, and it is a nice NFL shield. Darius Geis, it's from his cap, which is pretty cool. Little relic there for the Redskins. We'll see how he comes back next year. The Redskins to 49 again. Clinton Portis and Geis with some relics. Tyler Eifert to 49 for the Bengals. Then for the 49ers, it is Dante Pettis, and that is numbered to 99. The Seahawks and Earl Thomas to 99. There's our obligatory Mark Walton to 25 for the Bengals, who I think literally, I believe the guy has been in every case of Immaculate I opened. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Christian Kirk and the Cardinals to 99. And then last but certainly not least, Kerryon Johnson to 99 for the Lions. All 3 relics, pretty cool, especially that one. So that's a nice little hit there for the Lions. So, of course, remember tomorrow night we're doing some black gold football. Let's just put that up there again for anybody who might be interested in what's coming up in the days ahead. And then, of course, we've got Obsidian, the new release on Wednesday night. And, I mean, money-wise, it is only slightly less than what I paid for Immaculate. So it's like $1,700 a case for Obsidian. So it is not an inexpensive product or a low-end product by any means. I would expect that we will find hits in that should be almost equivalent to the type of hits we find in Immaculate. I would expect that we should find low-numbered things, good patches, nice-looking cards, a strong checklist, and that sort of thing. You never know until you open it. But based on the price and the marketing materials and the early marketing pictures that they've released, Obsidian looks pretty nice. I guess we'll find out Wednesday. Proof's in the pudding, as they say. So tomorrow night, it will be a half case of 2015 Black Gold football and a 10-box case of Absolute basketball. On Wednesday, we'll open 6 boxes of 2018 Topps Inception, 6 boxes of 2018 Bowman Chrome HTA/Jumbo, and a 12-box case of Obsidian football. That's the one I was talking about there a second ago. On Thursday night, we're going to open a 12-box case of Prism basketball. That's the last full case of Prism Hobby that I have. I've got some loose boxes. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those, if I'm going to break them, open them, or what. And then we will have some retail Prism that we'll get into a week or so later. But if you're into Prism basketball, Thursday night is the last full sealed case of Prism basketball that I have. On Friday, Dynasty Baseball comes out. We will open a full case of 2018 Dynasty Baseball and a second case of Obsidian football, both on Friday night. Saturday night, we'll open a 3-box case of Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets, another half case of Black Gold football, and then we'll open the second half of Flawless Collegiate Basketball. That's the case we started tonight, of course, where we had the special UCLA briefcase that pretty much all of you hated. I don't believe that the second half of the case will be that. I believe the second half of the case will most likely be a normal briefcase. I don't believe they come with the full case being specialty briefcases. So It is my belief that the second half of the case will be a normal briefcase on Saturday night. So that's what you need to know about that. Real quickly, shipping, guys, Immaculate out no later than Friday, probably sooner. Flawless Collegiate, the free shipping break out no later than Monday, probably sooner. If you're due consolation cards from either one, here's how it works. Can be from any year and any series. I keep track of it for 90 days. In Immaculate, the paid shipping break, consolation cards would go out with the rest of the break. In Flawless Collegiate, the free shipping break, normally I would hold your consolation cards until your next package. If you want that handled differently, you drop me a line, let me know, we'll get you taken care of. On Wednesday, please remember there is no mail service. My mailman reminded me of that today. It is going to be a national day of mourning for the loss of our former President George Bush. All federal offices are closed, including the Postal Service. So, nothing coming in, nothing going out, nothing picked up, nothing delivered on Wednesday. And finally, for anybody who's interested in it, this is a break that I'm working on selling directly, meaning if you want in, you contact me through chat, or you can send me a message to leaderofthepackbreaks@gmail.com. It's a random team break for 4 boxes or also known as a half case of 2017 Bowman Chrome mini sets. It is the mini refractor parallels that are the star of the show for that one. We have 120 of those in total in that half case break. And then, of course, the regular Bowman Chrome mini sets from 2017 will still be sealed, and those will be awarded as sealed sets just by way of random. $40 a spot, get you 2 teams. It's all in, shipping costs included. We'll break it when we fill it. No refund, no return. Pull nothing, get nothing. No consolation cards for direct breaks. And this will be break number 2 of it. Break number 1 was last night. If you don't know what the product's all about, you can pull up that break in my videos here on the YouTube channel and get an idea of the kind of stuff that comes out of there. So I believe that's it for me tonight. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate you spending part of your Monday evening with me. I hope you have a great week ahead, and we'll be back at this tomorrow night. So maybe I'll see you then, or if not then, hopefully sometime soon. Take care now. Bye.